April 18th, 1775, midnight. A single rider thunders through the Massachusetts darkness, pounding on doors, shouting a warning that will echo across the world. This is the true story of the midnight ride of Paul Revere, the night one man's courage lit the fuse of the American Revolution. On to Concord! General Gage ordered his British troops at Boston. He had instructions to arrest Samuel Adams and John Hancock at Lexington. Gage knew the colonials had powder and arms stored at Concord. He decided to make both seizures at the same time. 800 Redcoats would move under cover of darkness. Their goal? Capture the two most dangerous rebel leaders and destroy the colonial arsenal before the revolution could even begin. But the Sons of Liberty had spies inside Boston. They knew the plan, and they had the perfect men ready to ride. The Sons of Liberty alerted two couriers, Paul Revere and William Dawes. A lantern hung in Old North Church when the Redcoats started for Concord late on April 18, 1775. Actually, the signal was even smarter. One lantern if the British came by land, two if by sea. Because the Redcoats were crossing the Charles River in boats that night, two lanterns burned bright in the steeple. Revere saw them, slipped past British warships in a tiny rowboat, grabbed a horse in Charlestown, and the greatest ride in American history began. Revere knew every back road and shortcut. Revere knew the road and the countryside well. He was a rider in the Postal Service. He rode hard through Medford and on to Lexington, banging on doors, shouting the famous warning, "The regulars are coming out," never "The British are coming," because he didn't want to turn away any loyalists who might still help. At Lexington, he burst into the house where Samuel Adams and John Hancock were hiding. History records, Hancock and Adams were awakened at Lexington and fled to safety. They escaped with minutes to spare. Revere kept going toward Concord to save the gunpowder. William Dawes took a different route. Later, they were joined by a third rider, Dr. Samuel Prescott. Together, they spread the alarm across the countryside. Every farm, every village woke up. Muskets were grabbed. Minutemen pulled on their boots. Revere himself was captured by a British patrol before he reached Concord. But the warning had already done its job. The message was out. April 19th dawned. The Redcoats reached Lexington and faced a line of armed colonists. A shot rang out, the first shot of the Revolutionary War, the shot heard round the world. By the time the British reached Concord, the Minutemen were waiting. Most of the supplies had already been hidden. Fighting broke out at the North Bridge. The Redcoats suffered heavy losses and were forced into a desperate 18-mile retreat back to Boston, harassed the entire way by angry farmers shooting from behind stone walls. Paul Revere had accomplished his mission. 60 years later, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow turned the ride into an immortal poem, "Listen, my children, and you shall hear," and made Paul Revere a household name forever. The real ride was a team effort: Revere, Dawes, Prescott, and hundreds of ordinary people who answered the call. But that single night of courage proved one thing: when free people are warned, they will rise. So the next time you hear the story of Paul Revere, remember, 3 riders, 1 warning, 1 revolution. If you love these moments in U.S. History Unveiled, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment. Thanks for riding along with us today. See you in the next video.